compete with Kalia, but I'm gonna try to give y'all the game. Thank you to Bankable for having me. My name is Zikeia Walker. I'm with First Internet Bank. I've been in this space a while. Prior to my role, I just started at First Internet Bank June of this year. Prior to that, I was leading the lending division at the Chamber. So personal business credit is a passion of mine, really giving that knowledge back to entrepreneurs to see how they can scale and grow. So I have a business credit 101 slide that I created. Wait, do I just hit enter? Is that, y'all got a 5? Okay, sorry guys.
PDF, so you just have to scroll.
Oh man. So again, Zikeia Walker, Vice President, Community Development Lender. At my role at First Internet Bank is to put dollars in the low to moderate income area, access to capital. So that's my main focal point. At First Internet Bank, it's a little snippet right here of what we do at First Internet Bank. We believe in a power of personal connections. Personal connections are built on trust and understanding. And how we actually do that is we go to the community and build those relationships, whether we can offer them savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, whatever. This is our CEO, which is a serial entrepreneur. He started this bank 1999, came up, every bank that he went to, he kept telling them they can do this or they can do that, and they kept looking at him crazy, saying, no, that can't be done. So he went on and started First Internet Bank. We are the first internet bank in the U.S. But this is what we're here today to do, and it's talk about business credit. And so what I actually like to start off with is what this means to me personally. And I always start off with saying I'm here to inspire and uplift the entrepreneurs by educating them on business credit, by leveraging other people's money. Some people say OPM. And by doing that is I want you guys to build wealth in the community, because that's what we need. With inflation rising, with everything the way the economy is, you know, Kalia said something earlier about Social Security. Are we going to pay that credit card off for Social Security? Are we really going to have Social Security? I'm not afraid to say I'm 40, but I'm spinning my wheels saying, what can I do now? Because I may not be able to have Social Security. So I always ask, and start off with that as a personal goal, is I want to help entrepreneurs really create that generational wealth. So I'm going to ask you guys, what do business credit mean to you? Somebody in the audience want to take a stab at it? Miss Ursula, you was talking earlier. And you was my client, so tell me. Come on, Miss Ursula.
Okay, so you asked me what does it mean to me?
What do business credit mean to you?
Well, okay, so, it helped me with my business. I mean, it really did at a point where I didn't know what I was going to do. And when I talked to you, you came by and you helped me. You talked to me and you talked to me about, my credit and what I needed, and you made it happen. And right now I'm in my second place, and because that happened when we had that conversation, and it was a long, lengthy conversation that we had about what all I needed and you just basically helped me to understand that I can't take my personal. This is what me and there you are. We just got to talking about. I can't take my personal credit into my business credit because it really hurt me. Now I'm still doing some of that just because I was a little scared, but I see how everything is working out for me with my business credit, and now I'm trying to get more.
Okay.
Good answer. Is that what you were looking for?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what the dictionary is. So business credit is your business ability to borrow. Your business credit score influences your access to credit products such as loans, credit cards, credit different agencies, vendors, and suppliers. They indicate of how you're able to handle the debt, right? So what I actually tell clients is when you're looking at your business credit, is your business credible? Do you have a viable business? And so that's the definition of credit, more so a business. So the same way you look at personal credit is the same way you look at business credit. It's no different. I don't care what those internet gurus tell you. I'm in this field and I'm day to day in and out, and this is really my passion, giving back to really knowledgeable, educating entrepreneurs. So I had to condense my spreadsheet, y'all, so sorry. So how do you do that, right? So we look at, you always want to keep your personal and your business credit separate, okay? I know you're probably looking at me saying, well, how do you do that, right? If you're starting out in business, you always have to be a personal guarantor to some things. So your personal credit is always identified as your Social Security number. Your business credit is by your EIN number. Also can be translated with your Dun & Bradstreet number, right? So I tell clients, please keep that accurate and keep it separate, no matter what, right? So if you got old addresses on your profile, get those removed. You're no longer there, right? And I try to go into that. And so I want to kind of piggyback off what Zikeia said on the personal side. Do not negate your personal credit to build your business credit. It can go, it go hand in hand. But you also have to keep it accurate and keep it separate, right? So Zikeia made a comment earlier about 30%. I'm not saying what her answer is right or wrong. I'm going to tell you what I tell my clients, okay? I tell my clients keep it at 15%. Because if you can't afford it, you just can't afford it at the end of the day. Keep it at 15%. And you'll watch your credit score increase. Pay that score at that. So when you're building your business credit, when you're building your business credit, you're building your business credit. It plays a crucial role in your company's funding ability. Whether you operate as a LLC, sole prop, corporation, it's your business has the ability to establish a credit file separate from you as an individual. Again, keeping it separate. So you might be asking me, well, Kia, how do we do that, right? So this is a huge thing, right? You're asking me, Kia, well, tell me how we doing that. Right? $1 million question, right? So we're going to do it by building it with suppliers, right? So when I say suppliers, those are those corporations that offer net zero account. You can do net 30, net 0, 60, 90. You have to build those relationships with them. So first thing I like to always say, establish trade accounts with suppliers. This is one of the best things you can do in your business to build a strong credit. Second, ensure that be positive that those suppliers are reporting back to Dun & Bradstreet. You can have multiple different accounts, but if they're not reporting, your pay debt score is not going to increase. All right? The third one. Now, this is huge in business. I just had a consultation with a client a couple of weeks ago in Texas via Zoom. And he was saying, Kia, that my pay debt score is not increasing. I'm at 55. And I said, pull it up, right? We pulled up. And the reason being, somebody at his local bank in Houston, Texas, told him to keep it at the maximum amount of $5,000. So he just keeping it at $5,000 so his pay debt score is not increasing. So make your regularly scheduled payments on all your accounts. Now, please don't be mad when I say this, okay?
I'll get you afterwards.
I don't care about your due date. I care about your statement date, okay? That's what I care about. In business, you worry about that statement date. I'm not saying just don't worry about your statement date. Your statement date is what's going to give you more points directly to the credit bureaus. There are different.
What is that? What do you mean a statement date?
Your statement date. So on your personal credit or your business credit, they provide you with the due date. That's when it's due, or you will get a late payment. Your statement date is the date that period closes. So you always want, even if it's, Zikeia said 30%. I'm going to say for me, 15%. Make sure whatever your availability to borrow is underneath that threshold. So if it's at 15% that you want to keep it at, or 30%, make sure that's the only thing that's going to that account the next month. So keep it down.
So is the statement date due before the due date?
Yes, typically it is. Yep.
Okay. So on my bill, I need to look for my statement.
Your statement date, and make sure that whatever the availability balance is to borrow, that it's underneath. Zikeia said 30%. I'm gonna tell you 15%.
I don't know if I can do that, but.
It's okay.
That's why I say 30.
So this is
Start somewhere. Start somewhere.
start somewhere, right? Start somewhere.
Okay.
I try to say 15 because I'm gonna tell you, I probably can't afford when it says 30, so I better stay at 15 because I ain't gonna borrow nothing else, okay? All right. So when you're talking about suppliers, there are 3 different types of suppliers. Tier 1. Tier 1 suppliers are just the suppliers that's starting out that you just want to establish. So if I got Kia's hair studio and I'm just now starting, I'm an LLC, I'm going to try to build with a tier 1 because I need to establish credit. Tier 2 accounts are more so those accounts that you already have built the history and you're able to actually borrow. That's tier 2 and tier 3. Some examples for tier 1 is, I don't know if anybody here have business credit, but Quill give you like that, Uline like that. Tier 2 and tier 3 is more so those businesses or organizations that will help you already got established history. So your Staples, your Home Depot, your Lowe's, they quick to give you business credit. Anybody got any questions? Sorry if I'm moving quick.
You want me to write those down?
No, I'm gonna share this.
You gonna share it?
Oh, I can share my presentation.
Here, I'll just write it down.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So just to make sure I'm understanding, when you said tier 1 are what versus tier 2 and 3, like the types, like this?
Tier 1 is like if I'm just starting out a business, so it help you establish. So those are the Uline. If I hair studio, I may want some inventory for shirts to put my logo. I would go to Uline. I would get some cups or something of that sort. Tier 2 and tier 3 is more of your established.
So is this what you're talking about, like with the net zero or whatever
Yes,
you just said?
those are net accounts. So your
Net
net accounts are classified as individuals that'll give you product on like a credit. So you have 30, 45, or 60 days to pay them back.
So you have Quill, Uline, Staples.
Yep, those are tier 1. And then tier 2 is Staples, Home Depot. You got your Best Buys.
And then did you mention also when would it be considered you are established versus you are getting established, like a time frame?
I would say I didn't seen it happen where you can get established like that without personal guaranteeing. So this is the different thing is you want to keep your personal and your business credit separate. So my next slide shows you what you need to do to start that process, right? Did I answer that question? I'm gonna answer it probably in a second, the next slide. You had a question, I'm sorry.
Keep going.
Okay, we're good? Okay. Any more questions?
And Quill is paper goods office supplies,
Yes.
right? Okay. And the Uline.
You can get this today. They approve everybody. They approve you like this.
Start a business, that's the first 2 things you should do. Quill and Uline.
No, this what I'm gonna tell you to do right here. I'm gonna pull it on the screen and we're gonna talk through it. Okay?
This the one right here.
This the one. This the one. This the one.
Take your picture.
You follow this, you gonna get some credit. You follow this. This is what I give my clients in Houston, when I do consulting. So this is what I do. What you need in place to start building a strong credit profile, okay? First thing I tell clients to do is get your business address. Do not go get your LLC, C Corp, whatever you're going to get first. Don't get that first, please don't. And the reason why I tell people don't do that first, because when you register on SOS website, they ask you for an address. First thing you do is you're going to put your home address if you don't have a business location, right? So get a business address. You can go to Alliance, Regis. There's a lot of different companies that you can use to get your business address. The next thing you want to do, then you're going to incorporate it. You guys are business owners, so you already incorporated. Then you want to apply for your EIN number, which you guys already do that. Your businesses, you're established. But you want to have your DUNS number. And to apply for a DUNS number is dnb.com. If someone tell you got to pay for this, then you tell them. This stuff, it's a personal thing that I want to kind of probably pivot and share that that one of my mentors had told me. They tell us that they don't want us to get ahead in life. All you got to do is put it in the book because we ain't going to read it, right? So I tell people do not pay no one to do this. This information is on the website. You don't got to pay all them internet gurus, scammers. I mean, whatever you want to do. I done seen it all. The next thing is you want to get your business phone number. I like Grasshopper. I use Grasshopper myself. That's who I used when I started my business. Grasshopper, eVoice. You can get a cell phone in your business name. They do it. T-Mobile do it. And then you want to get a business email. Please do not have, I'm going to ask this question first. Who in here has an email address that say their name or whatever their business name at Gmail, Yahoo? Okay. I'm not against none of that, but I'm going to tell you, okay? So being in the lending space for years, CDFI out of Houston, CDFI here, right? Underwriter, right? You want, when you started at CDFI so you can become bankable eventually, right? As an underwriter in the banking space, we're looking at all that. I don't want to see somebody that it hit my desk and I'm looking at Zikeia Walker at Yahoo. You're not viable, right? So you want to look at it and have it be info at so-and-so. Whatever you can put in front of that to make it seem like that is. If you got a website, go to GoDaddy. GoDaddy can do both of them for you. But get a business email. I'm not against no one to do that, but I'm going to give you a tip. Try to change that. If you're going for funding, underwriters like myself, we used to look at that. Was they viable? Is they on nav.com? Can I pull them up? Do I got to email them? Nothing wrong with starting out, but just try to structure your business a little bit differently, especially when you're looking at trying to build business credit.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Two things.
Mhm.
One, my email that I have for my business
Mhm.
is octaviuspearson@bigtastellc.com. Is that okay?
That's a business email. Yes, sir.
Secondly, I use Wix
Mhm.
website,
Mhm.
and all these things that you're asking, they have all those things already built into there.
Okay. See, I didn't use Wix.
I have that.
Okay. Well, that's good. You 10 steps ahead of the game.
Okay.
You need to be somebody's coach. Pair somebody and get them the game. Business email. That's one suggestion that I tell clients, please try to incorporate that and get a business email and get away from your Yahoo, those personal accounts. I know starting out it can be saying it may be a little bit not cost effective, but try to get that. Oh. And then the last thing is business bank account, right? So, can be biased, right? I work for First Internet. I don't bank at First Internet. I bank at a community credit union because I believe that credit unions take a little bit more leap of faith on you than those large banks. Now, First Internet do have great different products. I just haven't moved my accounts over from Texas because I've been established there for so many years. Get a business bank account. Talk to that client. Talk to that banker. When you're going in and talking to individuals about business bank account, you're asking those questions. What is my ROI? Can I get a CD in my business name? Can it give me a return? You're asking, you want to build that relationship with that local banker. That banker, if you get a product and you're in inventory, you got a product that come in from Kalia Business and she need 100 shirts, right? But what if you don't have the liquid, the capital? You just starting out. You want to have that relationship with that banker where you're checking in. They're going to look at those accounts, whatever products they have, and offer it to you to really help you grow your business. Anybody got any questions?
I was just gonna say, if they don't ask you, you go tell them.
You go tell them what I need. And it's really building about relationships. And in my lending field, I'm big on building relationships because I know I can pick up the phone and call my banker. Even I'm in Indiana, they can do something for me in Texas in a transaction, and I'm not even there. So it's all about building those relationships. This is a start to building your business credit. If you take these steps and then you add on the steps that we talked about earlier, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 accounts is similar to Tier 2, then that'll be a game changer for you. Anybody got any questions? I got 8 minutes, so I'm trying to get through these slides.
I have a question.
Oh, sure.
How do you find out if you're supplying your reports?
Questions, just ask them.
Okay.
These ones I listed, they do report. They do report.
I have a question.
What level would they be considered, I mean, given it would be a tier 3? since
Yeah, that's a
it's
tier 3.
American? Okay.
Yeah, that's a tier 3. And if you got American Express and business, then you doing good. You doing good. You doing good. Discover is another one. Discover is another one that's giving it like that. And they starting you out at 10,000.
Trying to get a tier 2, tier 3. I think I got a tier 3, but I've been trying to figure, because I order a lot of supplies from Amazon, and I have a business Amazon account, and they said that was one step into getting that.
Yeah, that's a step into the door. But if you can see about American Express or Discover, I would try Discover on the business side.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
For
Okay.
tier 3.
Or tier 3. Yeah, that's tier 2, tier 3.
Okay, so I do have an
Oh,
additional question.
sure.
So, kind of trying to go back, so
Mhm.
when you've done all those steps that you mentioned before, and then when like you're getting like a Quill or Uline to get to like a Staples or even to the Discover or American Express, what kind of time frame are we talking about?
I didn't see it go both ways, right? So what I don't like to say is 30 days, right? It all depends, right? With business credit, it's not as that easy as I can add you as an AU on my American Express. It's not that easy, right? You have to literally build. So what I like to tell my clients, you're looking at 90 to 120 days. Now, it could be sooner, right? But you got to also keep in mind is those statement dates, right? So statement dates play a key role, and then you want to build your history with them. You have to have a build a history. What I like to actually move forward to is set your business profile up with 3 main agencies, right? So, like we talked about Dun & Bradstreet. For Dun & Bradstreet, that's the largest credit agency on the business side. And Dun & Bradstreet like to see the score between 80 and 90, right? That's a good credit score for them, your pay debt score. Experian, that's the second largest credit reporting agency, right? They let you add those net 30, 60, 90. Then you have Equifax, which is the third largest credit reporting agency. Now I'm gonna go back to Experian. Experian, what I have noticed, Experian like to see that business credit score between 76 and 100. Okay, I took a client through that process, and they were able to get approved with a Best Buy business account, and that Best Buy pulled Experian. And then you got your Equifax.
Can I ask a question about
Sure.
that? Like a Best Buy account, I would probably rarely ever use a Best Buy account, but is that something like personal credit, just having that line of credit open?
So personal credit or business credit?
Business.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. What type of business do you have?
Well, I have a retail gift store,
Okay.
but I mean, I have a few lines of credit for it, but nothing.
Is it personal or business?
Most of it's on the business account.
Most is on the business
I don't
account.
have any of this set. I don't know that I set this up. I mean, when I open those accounts, I use my EIN, not my.
Do you got a pay debt score? I mean, I'm sorry, do you have a Dun & Bradstreet?
Before.
Okay.
Nobody's ever brought it up.
You may be a personal guarantor, and that's where you got to separate, right?
Okay, that's.
So you have to separate it, and that's why I said in the slide prior to, it's great to have a different address than what your personal address is, so you can really separate. You don't want to commingle.
I have a retail address now. but
Okay.
I didn't initially when I filed all that paperwork. I mean.
So your stuff it's intertwined, but it's easy to get it decoupled. Like it's very easy. You just gotta follow those steps. Now I'm not saying go out and go pay for a new You don't have to do that. Get you a mailbox address well you already have one, and then you got a Dun & Bradstreet number. I mean a Dun & Bradstreet. So that's what you gotta start with.
Nobody ever said that to me before.
Really?
No.
Well, that's why we're here today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I would suggest is go to dnb.com. You don't have to pay nobody. Go on there, fill out the application, and get you a number, and start using that number with your EIN number, and building those accounts. DNB.
N like Nancy, B like Bradstreet.
DNB.com.
And one, I'm just.
David, Nancy, Boy.
Oh, not, okay. know how to do this. So would that be my CPA, my bookkeeper, like who would that be?
I would say it's gonna be a business consultant.
A business consultant, a business development person?
Yeah, but just make sure you vet them. Make sure you vet them. I'm gonna be honest.
That's the thing, you know, when it's
Bring
not,
yourself a
Scratch up.
So the thing about it is, just like she's saying, when you start your business, I think a lot of us kind of started our business out of pandemic.
Yep.
You started it at certain times. That order is all over the place. Nobody didn't tell you to do this. In my family, nobody's ever had a business. We're the first ones. So you're just kind of learning as you go, right? So you're like, oh, people telling you not to intertwine your personal with this. Yeah, in the beginning, that's all great. But come on, I didn't have nobody give me $100,000.
Yes, ma'am.
I had
Yes,
to use
ma'am.
my personal credit. You
Yeah,
had to,
bootstrap.
all that stuff. So now you're trying to tear it apart. And it's like, but I didn't know that I missed step 1, 2, and 3. To even know, I don't even know what I'm missing or what I don't have. So it would be nice, I mean, I understand this, but it'd be nice if Miss Stacy, if somebody did a class on this, to help me and bring us in here with some laptops and say, hey, here's how you create a Dun and Bradstreet number. This is how you do a paperwork.
Yeah.
You got me?
She got
You
me.
got me.
She got me. We already talked about it.
So I mean,
We already talked
come
about
on
it.
in.
But this is just very high level, right?
Yes.
So this business credit goes different. We start talking about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, how to play with the credit, how to increase it. This gonna be too much today for me to go into that, so I
Yeah,
scaled it
I
down.
don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, tier 1, tier 2.
Totally okay. Yeah.
How does this work, like, for the tier 1, like, I know I have a Uline account, and I use it for my business, but I'm a sole proprietor, so
Gotta pay-
my,
You got it done in Bradstreet?
I don't.
Okay.
I need to just apply for that.
How did, yeah, see, you did it, so you sole proprietor, so your you using your personal, so you using your personal social security, so it's not going where it's gonna increase your score. So you can't even get to more of a tier 2 until you get that. And so when you start looking at business and building, look at it from the standpoint of wherever I use my EIN number, I gotta sign it to my payday. To my, Dun and Bradstreet. Yeah, sole proprietor.
So I need your social security or whatever.
Is there a reason why you're not a LLC? You know what? Let's have a parking lot conversation.
Okay.
Me and you. Let me give you my degree is in law, so I'm gonna give you some information on that, and I don't try to steer no one, but I tell people this: do not do a sole proprietorship, because when they come, if you hit me, I'm taking everything you got instead of keeping it as a covenant to the LLC.
I'm just limited liability. I ain't gonna
You got some. I'm coming where you at to take all your stuff. Somebody else, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3.
Mine's real quick. How do you even look up your pay debt? Do I go on my Duns and, because I have all this, but I just didn't know what to do with it. So I just look on there
You can
and
log
see
into
what
your
the-
account, and it
it'll
should
show
give
what
it to
you
you.
paid.
Yep, and you can log into if you set up your business, if you set up your accounts with Experian, Equifax, and
I haven't done those yet.
them, you can see that, because I see it with my clients when I do my,
Okay,
with
so
my
I need to set
conversations.
it up
Yeah.
in there.
Excuse me.
So, kind of in the same boat with her, my issue was just knowing where to separate.
Knowing where to separate
So
it.
when you do like a quilt, because I don't have a quilt or a Uline, like I mostly get my supplies like from Amazon and stuff like that, they are going to specifically ask me for my DUNS number and my EIN number so that I can start, okay, all right, I'm gonna do. And then you keep saying set up with Experian and Equifax. Just go to them, like,
Does it
and-
cost?
No, my clients don't pay. When I
Does it
log,
cost for Duns?
No.
They always try to look at that.
what you talking to them Instagram gurus? Yeah, they gonna charge you that. Yeah. No.
I'm saying like when you go on Duns, they have like extra little payments.
Don't pay for that.
People call and I'm like, okay, that's all
DNB
that
no,
stuff.
DNB.com. That's all you gotta do.
Those are the people that-
Those are the people, yeah. Yeah, but no, all you need them for is to get a score. That's all you need.
Okay.
Build it.
Because they keep calling and I'm like, well, I don't want to pay you. I just want to look at my number.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah, they call.
But I will say.
Yeah, I got another question over there.
What is the range for your business credit?
What's a good score? 80 to 100.
80, you said 80?
You got 80 to 100. That's perfect. Great. Somebody else had a question on it. Let me get this room.
Okay, gotcha.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, well, I have everything done,
Mhm.
and I think I kind of slowed down a little, just like the process of starting out over with your 30 days, because I'm at the tier 2.
You are tier 2. So you've been working with established companies. So I guess I don't know what can you say your question again?
I mean, because now it's like they're still asking for my personal guarantee, they're not really asking.
Really? So you must don't have how many trade lines you got on your score?
I have one that I have one of my balloon people they're reporting, and then I have Lowe's and Home Depot.
So you got 5 accounts, and they still asking?
They still asking for my PG. It's like not separated for me to get some real money.
Do you got a separate address?
I have my business address.
I'm gonna give you my card. Let's kind of look through it. Let me look through it. Stacy gonna do a credit business one. Yeah, because I need to look at your profile, right? So I can look at your profile and tell you where. Is your limits underneath that 30%, as Zikeia would say?
Yeah, but I also think I think my limits is low.
What's your limits, 300? Yeah, your limits low.
Go up.
Yeah, you have to establish more and do it more repetitive. Like, so if you're doing one order probably once every 3 weeks, I start ordering, just keeping doing something, order something little and keep. That was one thing I told one of my clients had the same issue, and we kind of just start ordering, and score just started increasing. So it's just order something affordable, pay it off. Keep doing that as repetition, and it's gonna increase your score. Now that's when I said, when she asked that question about time, I didn't seen it where it went up in 30 to 45, but I didn't seen it where we was sitting there watching it like, what is going on? And so just doing different things to kind of increase the score. Any other questions on this side?
Yeah, one back here.
How do you establish your business on your experience part? Because I have one person, but not my business.
You got to create an account, because I just looked at one on a consultation, and yes, you got to create your account on the business side.
They always ask for my social security number, but never mind. I ain't never put the TIN.
You got to put your EIN.
Do you have this documented somewhere, the steps that we need to do?
I got it documented up here. I've been in this space so long. I started on the personal credit side, so I know personal credit in and out, and then I kind of ventured over to business credit, being in Houston, really seeing just how to really play with credit. They play with credit a lot with business, so just learning that. So I don't have it documented. I kind of did this PowerPoint presentation last year with Zikeia, and I kind of just modified it over time, but I took it down because it was more information that 30 minutes ain't. I think we go over time now. 30 minutes won't help.
Yeah. I need your business card.
Is your contact information on your next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll be quick. All right, so, I have the EIN and all that stuff. So one of the things that I was looking at for, reporting, in order for me to, like, let's say, get a Uline or Quill or whatever, just go to their website and then.
You gotta just register an account. Yep. You start doing an account with them. Yep. I'm gonna tell you what I like to do, right? I get on the phone. I got a cold-blooded mouthpiece. I'm gonna sell you some stuff. When you in lending, you talking, but I'm very transparent, so I'm a phone person. I'm gonna get on the phone and I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna tell them what I'm trying to do. And then I talk to them and say, well, can I speak to your supervisor? Let's have a conversation. I've been with you for this. Go. And I use it on my personal side as well, so. And then the last one is nav.com. So I like nav.com. Nav.com is what really tracks your business profile. So being an underwriter, we go on nav.com, we look at it, kind of see. When I'm underwriting a file, when I used to underwrite, I don't underwrite no more as of June in my new role. I kind of go through Google. So I'm just telling y'all, if y'all looking for lending, make sure y'all profile is clean. Make sure y'all have a viable business out there, because we as underwriters, we kick files back and say this ain't a viable business. It may be a viable business. Whatever you put out there, get your stuff established. With those credit agencies, nav.com is a good resource to kind of put on there. They have on there, it's called recommended. I recommend it. It's called a boost. You do that. You pay for that boost. That boost will update all your different trade lines for you. to the Dun & Bradstreet. It's called a boost that's on nav.com that you can pay for. And
So
This
is
co-
nav.com
Yep.
something that we have to go and enter our information to
Yep.
update it? Okay.
www.nav.com.
Okay.
Yep. So, and this concludes my presentation. I feel like we already went through questions. That's my QR code. In my new role, I really don't go into credit like I normally used to, but I'm willing to, everyone in this room, if we can schedule some time, or Stacy, talk to her about doing a business credit 102, then take it up a little bit high notch, to speak on those some things that you were actually saying, and kind of giving you guys a little bit of some gems where I can pull up a credit report and redact some personal information of my own and show you where I started at and where I'm at now, personal as well as business. Just to kind of show you, that's my contact information. Thank you guys for having me. Hope I gave you some wisdom, knowledge. And y'all go out there and kill it and be great.